Anyway, that's enough of that. But I've been away 2 weeks, Gemma. What have I missed?
You've missed well, I won't say you've missed a lot, but you've missed a lot. You've missed a lot of excitement between Liverpool, Newcastle.
Oh, is it getting the Newcastle fans getting all?
It got juicy.
What are you lot up to, Liverpool? Honestly, you lot.
mean?
The hypocrisy of Liverpool fans. It's unbelievable. Trent leaves a couple of weeks ago. Liverpool fans slated him for leaving. Now all of a sudden you're playing dirty games. Dirty games.
We're offering big bucks for a player.
Yeah.
We're offering top dollar, as in
more.
English record potentially.
Offer more.
We are. We're going to go for a second bid. Don't worry about that.
You lot, the hypocrisy for Liverpool fans.
If you want to be the best, you got to buy the best. No, simple as that.
Okay, so tell me what's happened in terms of the bidding.
Well, basically, they've gone in with, obviously, the valuation of Isak is 150 million. That's what the valuation, that's what they said it's worth. Right. Liverpool obviously went in with a bid of 110 million.
Right. It's not 150 then?
It's not 150, right, okay. 110 million,
okay.
And then there'll be add-ons.
Right.
And I think the total package was high, north of 120. So I don't know if it was 125, 128.
Right.
So
it's not 150?
It's not 150.
Okay.
But I think it's the initial fee.
Right.
I think they want more than 110. I don't know if they want 120. The rumours that I've heard was the structure of the payment as well.
Right.
So on higher up front, obviously that will help with the PSR.
Right.
And the starting price has got to be higher. So if they start at 120, and then the add-ons could bring it up to 140.
So it's still not 150 yet. I'm not hearing 150.
Listen, I can't see anyone paying 150. That's outrageous. Yeah, it was a great player, but I don't see anybody paying 150.
Right.
That's close to the.
So my understanding is tell me if I'm wrong, right? I'm trying to follow it on social media and various different other platforms, right? And listen to talkSPORT in Italy. That Liverpool have made an offer of around about 120, and then they reduced it to 110. Is that true?
No, they didn't. Their offer was 110.
It was 110. So that's
plus add-ons.
Plus add-ons
over to 120.
Okay, so they've obviously had contact with Isak, right?
They must have. You don't jump in.
Again, here's the hypocrisy. Liverpool fans crying about Trent going to Real Madrid. He's been tapped up. You're doing exactly the same thing.
Whoa.
You've done it.
Hold your horses here. Hold your horses here.
You've done it with Van Dijk as well.
Hold your horses right now, Mr. Cundy. Trent went on a free. That's what the Liverpool fans are screaming. Newcastle are going to get a British record transfer of 120 plus, 130 plus. If someone offered Trent 120 million, 100 million, you're going, thank you very much. Let your lips off your pot.
Well, don't let his contract run down then.
Well,
how about that for a good idea?
Well,
how about you do what Newcastle done? So my understanding again is that Isak's got 3 years left in his contract.
3 years left.
Right. So that's their bargaining chip. They're allowed. They can ask for that. Look, Isak, we know how good he is, right? It basically guarantees, I think, Liverpool the title next season if you sign Isak. Right? We'll pay the money.
They're going to pay the money, but when you don't go into the a bidding war and offer your first go as your top dollar, do you? You go as low as possible.
110 million is not going to get me.
It doesn't matter. You test the water. You've got to test the water.
They test the water, and then they said they're not making it well. Here's another thing. How's that been leaked, right? That Liverpool... That? Well, listen. Listen, talkSPORT understands that Liverpool are not going to make another bid.
You need to find out the understanders then. Because that person who understands is understanding wrong.
I'm telling you. So, are Liverpool going to make another bid? What's your sources telling you?
My sources, my ketchup, my mayonnaise...
Yeah.
Are telling me 100% they're going in for a second bid.
They're going to go in for a second bid.
talkSPORT breaking
news. There you go. You heard it here first. And of course, the Benjamin Sesko deal is something that we if that feels as though if that deal gets over the line, that's going to be the catalyst for the Isak one, right?
100%.
That's what it feels.
That's why I'm keeping a keen eye on this Sesko deal.
So you want
Man United are trying to come in back door.
Right.
I'm not liking this.
Don't like the sound of that.
I don't like the sound of the.
Well, at Newcastle, look, they've as far as I can see, they hold all the cards here, right? They have a player on a contract.
Yep.
It's a lengthy enough contract. You're going to have to pay top dollar to get him out of that, right?
Correct.
The boy is special, isn't he? He's special, and what that would do from Katika is another one that's come in. I mean, you've got goals for fun up the top at the minute, doesn't it? It does feel as though you're going to win the title already for a ball. Look at his face. Honestly, pay the money then, Jammer.
We are paying the money.
The hypocrisy.
We're going to pay the money.
The hypocrisy of football fans. We're all like it, right? But, Trent leaves and you lot are crying and moaning and then all of a sudden, 6 weeks later, You know, it's all right for Isak, is it, to throw his toys at the pram? You're encouraging that.
No,
and then go on strike.
It's totally
honestly
different. They're getting probably 140 million, 130 million. What they can do with that is unbelievable stuff, Jeff.
Yeah. Well, we will see how that plays out. 03717 2233 44. I'd love to know what Newcastle fans feel. Look, unfortunately, there is a football food chain, right? And Newcastle are below Liverpool in that football food chain.
100%.
And that's how things work. And Newcastle fans crowing about what happened with this. Anthony Gordon didn't, I don't remember them having too much problems when he left Everton the way he did. And the hypocrisy. Look, I'm not just singling out Newcastle Liverpool fans, but the hypocrisy of football fans at times is unbelievable. You only see what you want to see through the spectacles that you see your club.
It's all when you lose in a starlet, it hits you differently.
Yeah,
it affects you differently. You have a different opinion, and you expect you want your best players to stay. Mm-hmm. So when you're hearing anything about your top players potentially leaving, it just causes a ruckus. Doesn't matter which team you are, what league you're in. You just think that your best players should stay at your club. And the way that Newcastle kind of looked after Isak, brought him in, let him shine on the biggest stage, and made a name for himself. Mm-hmm. I think they feel as in they deserve more. Well, like you should be more loyal. But unfortunately, there's not a lot of loyalty in football.
No, well, their loyal ones the fans.
Well, of course, because they don't change.
No.
But players will change clubs. Managers will get rid of players. Managers will not play players because they prefer other people. So there's not a lot of loyalty. It's all about looking after yourself and your career, as the clubs will look after themselves when they go on to sell a player and get the best fee. So you can't, at the same time, you can't really be mad at Isak wanting to go to play guaranteed Champions League football year after year, guaranteed to be challenging for the Premier League for domestic trophies, year after year. It's a massive step up.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't blame him at all.
But I understand the frustration of the Newcastle fans.
Of course.
The same way Liverpool fans with Trent.
You want your players to be loyal, right? You want your players, but Isak isn't a Newcastle fan as far as I'm aware, right? And this is just how football is, and the fans don't get it. I understand the frustration. I get the anger, and but the reality is that Isak wants to leave, and the chances are that from what we know he does. And there's enough money in it. I can't see it not happening. Yeah. I just can't see it not happening because there's so much money involved. And Isak wants to go. Liverpool have shown their intentions. I think it's just a matter of time until things fall in place. Just on that, by the way.
And if you're Isak, if you're Isak, you don't know if this opportunity is going to come again next season.
Right. No, you're absolutely right.
Somebody else could light up the scene. Somebody else could light up the European football.
Injury can happen. Look, it's just like James Maddison.
Do not know exactly.
Right? James Maddison, a feel for the boy because in a World Cup year, and to have that injury, that's most of his season cooked.
6-7 months.
I mean, that's devastating news for the boy. But like I said, injuries can happen, and when opportunity knocks, sometimes you've got to take it when it comes around. We've got some breaking news here at talkSPORT. Understands that Newcastle United have made this will cheer Jammer up. Newcastle made improved bid. Derby likes it for Benjamin Sesko, worth around about 80 million euros. Look at him.
Man United can't do that.
I wonder what's happening there.
United won't be able to match that.
No. No. Anyway, Eddie Howe said that Isak needs to earn the right to start training again. I mean, what does that mean, earn the right?
It just means ugliness now. Yeah. You've got to earn the right. So basically, is he going to be, drifted apart from the first team? Will he be training with the reserves and the developments? Yeah. To earn
the lepers, they used to
you've got to, either give me what I want to hear and then you can train back with us, or you're staying out in the.
But you know what, right? I was listening to the show before with Ollie and Harry. They talked about what players will be like in the dressing room. Players won't care.
No, absolutely not.
Players, there's no players that are going to look at Isak any differently than they did before this. Players know the situation. They know how, and they're wondering about will they treat him differently. They'll feel for his situation. They'll understand and know the situation that he finds himself in. And tell you what, there wouldn't be many footballers out there at Newcastle that wouldn't mind being in the same situation as Isak.
Absolutely. If I was in the dressing room now and, we all come back to training and I'm not feeling any type of way, I'm going to be understanding of his situation, how he feels, because if a team came in for me like Liverpool. When I was at Birmingham.
You've been in that situation.
Yeah, when I was at Birmingham and Liverpool were wanting to sign me, I fell out with my agent.
I was at Sky.
Sky, yeah. I fell out of him because pre-season was getting close to the start of the season. The deal still didn't happen.
Right.
I knew about this by the.
Was it public or was it private?
It was in what, the fallout or the news that Liverpool
the news that Liverpool were interested.
Well, it was public because it was always in the papers that they're interested in scouts.
So basically, you were leaking stuff, were you?
I wasn't leaking nothing. I'm just reading it in the tabloids, and then. Pre-seasons and I've still not moved. And I'm saying to my agent, well, why have you not made this deal happen? I know they're interested. Just, I would take whatever, make it happen. And it was just dragging on because obviously the clubs are always, back and forth for fees and how it's structured and all that. And I said, I'm not talking to you. I was like a big kid. I was a big baby.
Yes, I can imagine.
I threw my, toys out of the pram and I said, I'm not talking to you.
It was a big moment in your career,
yeah,
right?
4 weeks I didn't talk to him.
Right, okay.
But
so you had a spat with
yeah, 4 weeks I just didn't talk to him, and then he called me and I was like boop 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 boop, and he texted me once and said you better get in the train, and I was like what
is happening?
but the players in the changing room with Isak will understand, and they will go like I hope you get what you want. You've been a great servant, you've been fantastic for us, you've helped us to win something that we haven't won in 70 years. This opportunity, like I said, may not come again, and it's Liverpool, one of the biggest clubs in the world.
You can't blame him.
You can't.
No, you can't.
And they won't. Obviously, they'll be sad because we'd love you to be here, but there won't be no bad blood. There won't be no feeling awkward towards him or any atmosphere.
But the players won't.
No, the players won't. They'll just wish him all the best, and if you get your deal, fantastic. We'll tap you on the back and wish you well.
Eddie Howe's been a player as well, and he's got to do the best for Newcastle. He will know the situation, but he's now got to make sure everyone connect with Newcastle, get the best they can, the best money, and that's what Liverpool got to do now. They've shown their hands. They want the player. Now you got to pay up, pay the fair. Stop penny pinching.
You got to look at this. If they get top dollar, just like for argument's sake.
So what gets them out of their contract? 130?
I'd say 130 plus add-ons, right? Just say the total package is 140 million. What you can do with that is huge. And I'm going to give you an example why. You look at Liverpool, the team was struggling. They sold Coutinho to Barcelona for around the same kind of price, 130, 140. They invested that in key areas and built a team off it. They got Van Dijk, defender, then they went and got Alisson, and then after that, they used that money to rebuild.
Yep. No, you're right.
And look where they are now.
Yep. So you're saying that Newcastle should do the same?
Absolutely. Because they've got core bases, a good team. Newcastle have got a good team. They're just a few players short of being a real challenger.
Well, Newcastle, you've got to get the most you can. Liverpool's shown their hand. They want the player. Pay up, as simple as that.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.